Welcome back to the Crochet Creator. So, my friends at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host, Mikey. Today is the study of Snow Blanket. This was using Bernat Blanket. I crocheted this in 3 days. This is a 9-round repeat, and so once you get moving on this thing, it actually grows really quickly with this yarn. You can also use your regular 4-ply medium weight yarn. Just substitute your hook size in order to match the yarn requirements. It's actually not a hard pattern at all. I developed this back in August and September with my friend Anne, and together we made an awesome blanket, and you have all the written instructions. And also I did the repeating, so once you get the repeats done, a lot of people always ask for the stitch counts, and so I figured that out for you. And of course, if you see anything wrong, just let me know. And so you can see that there's a crochet diagram available, and after we get the 3rd round complete, it's just a matter of repeating over and over for the set amount of times. So let's begin, and grab your crochet hook and yarn, and let's play. So I'm just using Red Heart Super Saver here, and I'm using a 5mm size H hook to demonstrate today. We're going to start off, and you're going to chain a total of 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and insert into the very first one, and yarning over, pulling it through to create the center circle of your blanket. Let's begin round number 1. Round number 1, you're going to chain 3, which will count as a double crochet, and you will apply 2 more double crochets into the same ring. You will then chain 2, and then in the same ring, 3 more double crochet. We're creating all 5 sides, or all 4 sides. So each of the corners in this particular example is always going to be chain 2. So apply 3 more double crochets back in. Chain 2, and 3 more double crochet in. So make sure all 4 sides are complete. Because the colors I used are solid, I've always joining my corners with a half double crochet join, but if you ever want to change colors, just chain 2 and slip stitch to the top of the first chain 3. So in my case, I'm going to do a half double crochet join to the top of the first chain 3, and that will complete round number 1. So you should have all 4 sides. If you went up over top of your straggler, I didn't say to do it, but if you do, then just trim it off, and if you didn't, just use a tapestry needle and weave in your ends back and forth. Let's begin round number 2. Round number 2, you're going to chain up 1 to begin, and just single crochet into the first corner, and apply 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way across to the next corner. So the corners on this round will always be the following. It'll always be a single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet. Then start another side, so it's 1 single in each of the stitches until the next corner, and please do this all the way around. This is round number 2. Coming all the way around, I'm not going to change color, so I put in my last single crochet in the beginning one, and so you just want to do a half double crochet join to the top of the first single to complete round number 2. Let's do round number 3. Round number 3, chain up 1 and apply 1 single crochet into the first corner. Make sure that that chain 1 that you do doesn't look like an extra stitch for you. So just follow to where you see how there's 2 here. This is the stitch. So make sure you don't accidentally add an extra stitch, and just single crochet in each of the singles all the way to the next corner. The corner is the same as before, of 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet. At the end of number 3, just single crocheting into the very first corner, and then half double crochet joining. Let's move on. And the next part of this tutorial is the repeat all the way until the end of the blanket. Round number 4 all the way through 12 is the repeat for the whole thing. And so now you're going to begin. Chain up 1 only, and I want you to half double crochet into the corner. Okay, so the chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch. And now using the single crochets only, so don't get confused by this chain 1 that happens, because people think it's an extra stitch and they throw in extra stuff. Look for where the 2 hit to the hole, and that's the top one here of the stitch. So that is going to be your first stitch as a back post half double crochet. So just coming in from the back, take it back to the back, pull through, and pull through, get the puppy dog hair out, and just pull through all 3. And so you're just going to half double crochet in the back post only, each stitch all the way to the corners. In the corners, you will apply only 1 half double crochet, chain 2, 1 half double crochet to turn, and then once you turn, you'll begin back to the half double crochet in the back post. So I need you to do this all the way around. This will be round number 4. It's the starting of the repeat. It's going to be nice and tight going in. So as you hit the corners, it's just 1 half double crochet, chain 2, and 1 half double crochet. And because it's not a starting of a round, the stitches are going to be really quite obvious on where you're going to go. Okay, so you can see the first stitches right there. So you'll half double crochet in the back post, again, all the way to the next corner. So it's 1 half double crochet, chain 2, 1 half double crochet. Do this all the way around for round number 4. Coming all the way back around, just finishing the last corner with the half double crochet in, and then I'm gonna half double crochet join to the top of the first half double crochet that was there. And this was round number 4. Great, let's move on to number 5. In round number 5, you're going to chain 3, which will count as your first double crochet, and in the same corner, double crochet again. I need you to really watch the chain 1 that is not counting as a stitch. So make sure you don't count that. It's so important here. I want you to chain 1 next, and I want you to skip the first stitch out. Okay, so the first stitch is this half double crochet. This is a chain 1. See how it's coming, the 2 is into the hole. This is the first one you're skipping. So you're going to apply the puff stitch here. To do that, you're going to yarn over and going in, pull through, and you're going to do that 3 times. So that was 1, yarn over and in again. Keep it nice and loose and relaxed, and do it 1 more time. You're then going to yarn over and pull everything except for the final loop. Okay, this takes a bit of practice. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through the final 2, and this makes the puff stitch suspend in midair. You're then going to chain 1, skip the next one, and puff stitch into the next. So yarn over and in, yarn over and in, and yarn over and in. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through everything but the final. Yarn over, pull through 2. Just suspend it, chain 1 to move on, and you'll skip 1. And you're going to do this all the way to the corner. So I'll meet you at the first corner in just a moment. As you get close to the corner, there should be 1 that you're skipping over before you hit the corner. So you have 1 left, and then the corner, so that's the one you're skipping. So you've chained 1 after your puff, and then in the corners on this round will be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. And then you're going to carry on around doing the exact same thing. So because this side is not the starting side, it's going to be really obvious that this is the one you're going to skip, and you're going to come immediately into the one directly after that. This one here, the top of this is actually somewhat buried in behind here, so people mistake it. So the top of that is right here. So this is the second one in. So chain 1, skip that first one, come into the second one, and do your puff, and continue the same format around. So please do this around, and I'll see you at the end of the round. So I'm coming up to the very end, so I've chained 1 after the puff stitch, and I'm going to apply 2 double crochets into the starting, and then a half double crochet join to the top of the first chain 3. And so now your puff stitch round is done. Let's move on to round number 6. Round number 6, you're going to start off by chaining 3, which counts as your first double crochet, and double crochet again into the same corner. The corners on this one will be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. You are going to apply 1 double crochet into every stitch that is across. So if there's a chain 1, I want you to go right into the chain 1 space. Okay, so don't go into a chain itself, just go right into the space. It'll help keep the puff stitches separate from each other. So there will be 1 double crochet in the top of a puff, and then 1 double crochet between the puffs in the space. And you're going to do this all the way across to the other side of the turn. And then your corners, as I mentioned, are 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. In the Bernat Blanket, this really is pronounced the way that it's going to go in here. Okay, so here's your corner. So 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. And please continue this same format all the way around for round number 6. I'm coming all the way around and then just going right into the beginning space of 2 double crochet and then join with a half double crochet to the top of the first chain 3. Okay, let's move on, and we're going to create more texture in the next round of number 7. Number 7, you're going to chain up 1 and apply 1 half double crochet only in the corners. The corners on this one, just watch them. They are 1 half double crochet, chain 2, 1 half double crochet, and that's important for your stitch counts. The remaining of the stitches all the way across will be a back post double crochet this time. So wrap the yarn and coming around and just do them as a back post double crochet. So before they were back post half double crochets, these are back post double crochets. So they're a little bit easier to do, and there's more yarn space to work with as well to make it happen. So when you get to the next corner, just apply 1 half double crochet, chain 2, 1 half double crochet, and carry around in the same format. This is number 7. So I'm coming all the way around. The last stitch will be a half double crochet in the beginning, and then I'm going to just join. For tutorial purposes, I am using scrap yarn, so I've just nearly run out of this color. So I'm going to change over to a new color to start round number 8. Let's start round number 8. So you'll just chain 3 for right where you're sitting. In my case, I'm joining new yarn, so I'm going to join and then chain 3, and then I'll catch you back up to where you are. Now, you need to do crisscrossing for this whole side. And so when you go to do this, you're going to skip over the first 2. The chain 1 here that you see looks like an extra stitch, but it's not. So don't include that. So your stitch is right here. Okay, so you're going to skip that one and then go to this one. Okay, so it's technically the second one over, and you're going to double crochet. You're then going to chain 1, and going from behind, I want you to come back into the corner space. Okay, so going in the back, going to the corner space and double crochet. So the corners on how they're being handled are slightly different on this. So each one of the crisscrosses are made up of 3 stitches total. So you're going to skip the next 2 and go to the third, and you're going to double crochet, chain 1, and then come into the first one you skipped, and you're going to double crochet. So come in from behind. If you prefer to come in through the front, and it's up to you, you decide what you would like to do, and just be consistent. So just the next 3 are the crisscross, so skip the first 2, double crochet into the next. It helps if you actually wrap your yarn. And then chain 1, and then come into the first one you skipped. So please do this until you get close to the next corner, and I'll show you how to do a corner. So as you get to the next corner, you're going to notice that there's 2 stitches left and then a corner. So it's technically right. So the next crisscross is going to incorporate the corner itself. So just jump over, that's technically the third one away, chain 1, and go into the first one you skipped. So the crisscross is technically part of a corner. In the corner here, I need you to place in 1 more double crochet. So this crossover and this one technically are the 2 in there for the growth. Chain 2, and then we're going to start a new side. So double crochet first into the corner, and then you're going to skip to the second one over. So this one here, follow it up. This is number 1, this is 2. So come into the second one over, because it's just coming out of a corner, and then coming from back, go into the corner itself. For double crochet, and now you're going to carry on. So the next 3 are part of the crisscross. Go skipping 2, go to the third one, chain 1, and then come into the first one and do that. Okay, so that's how it's done, and I want you to go all the way around for round number 8. When you come all the way back around, you've got your final crisscross in that incorporates that corner. You're going to double crochet in, and then you're just going to do a half double crochet join to the top of the first chain 3 that you started with. Okay, so let's move on to round number 9. Round number 9, you're going to chain up 1, and in the corner it'll be 1 half double crochet. So in this round, the corners are 1 half double crochet, chain 2, 1 half double crochet. I want you to half double crochet the top of the first chain 3, so it's the first stitch. So keep in mind that you technically have 2 half double crochets that are just kind of by themselves at the beginning and the ending of a row or of a side. See these crisscrosses? I want you now to apply 3 half double crochets in between each one of them. So each chain 1 space will have 3 half double crochets, and this will help keep those crisscrosses open and really quite beautiful. So come into the next chain 1, which is part of the crisscross, 3 half double crochets, and you're going to do this all the way across. I'll meet you on the first corner in just a moment. So you have 3 half double crochets in the chain 1 space, so you're going to come to the next corner. So you will half double crochet in the stitch before the corner, and the corner, as I mentioned, is 1 half double crochet, chain 2, 1 half double crochet, and you'll start a fresh side. So the first one out will be a half double crochet by itself, and then just jump to the crisscross, the chain 1, and continue to put in 3 half double crochets in that. Please continue the same format all the way around. This is round number 9. So coming up all the way around, remember there's a half double crochet that is before the corner, and there's a half double crochet in the corner, and then join with the half double crochet to the top of the first half double crochet. So that was round number 9. We're going to do V-stitches for round number 10. In round number 10, you need to chain 3. That'll count as your first double crochet, and in the same corner space, apply 1 more double crochet. So in this round, there'll be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. The first 2 stitches out from here will be 1 double crochet each. That chain 1, ignore it. It doesn't exist in your life. So just program your mind to ignore it. See these grouping of 3 half double crochets? The middle one always will be the V-stitch. So it's going to be a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet into the same stitch. Look for the next grouping of 3. It's the middle one. It's a V-stitch. It's double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, and I need you to do this all the way to the next corner. I'll see you in the next corner in a moment to show you how to finish off a side, and then you carry on around. When you get close to the next corner, so the last grouping of 3, you see that? See these 2 half double crochets by themselves? That's your indication that the last 2 are going to be a half double crochet each. So use that as a marker in your mind to make sure you fill it and do it properly. In the corners, as I mentioned, it's 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Turn. The first 2 out are going to be a double crochet each. See this? It's almost being buried, but that's the first stitch right here. Okay, so that's going to be your first double. And then the next one is your next double, and then look for your grouping of 3 half double crochets, and the middle one of those groups are each a double crochet, chain 1, a double crochet. The cat's about to jump up here. Just give me a second. And just do this all the way around, and I'll be right back in a moment. Completing this round, and the side, I got my 2 double crochets that are by themselves, and then I'm going to come into the very first corner, just 2 double crochet, and then join it with the half double crochet to the top. Okay, let's move along, and we're going to go into round number 11 next. Okay, round number 11, we're going to start off, and this time you're going to chain 1, and this time you want to put 2 half double crochets into the corner. So start off with 2, and it's important for the stitch counts. So in this round, the corners will be 2 half double crochet, chain 2, 2 half double crochet. The top of the first chain 3 here is going to be also a half double crochet. And I need you to skip just 1 stitch and go to the second one over and apply 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. It's like you were doing this earlier. but we just are shifting closer to the corner to where we are right now. Once that one's done, you're just going to skip to these V stitches, and just in the chain 1, you're just going to apply 3 half double crochets each. Okay, so the next V stitch right in the chain 1, 3 half double crochets, and do this until you get close to the corner, and I will show you what to do at that moment. So when you get close to the corner, the V stitches will run out, so you're just going to skip these 2 and go right here. Okay, so right there, and that's where you're going to apply 3 half double crochets by themselves into the same stitch, and then you are going to jump to the last stitch before the corner and apply 1 half double crochet, and then in the corners, as I mentioned, it's going to be 2 half double crochet, chain 2, 2 half double crochet. So to start a new side, the first one out right here is going to be a half double crochet by itself. Skip just 1 and go to the second one over, and you're going to put in 3 half double crochets there, and then the rest of them are in the V stitches going across right there. And so there'll be 3 in each of those, and do this all the way across. Don't forget the slight change for when you finish off a side. It's slightly different, as I mentioned. So it's going to be after the last V stitch, you're just skipping these 2, put the 3 half double crochets here, and then put 1 half double crochet into the last one before the corner, and then the corner is 2 half double crochet, chain 2, 2 half double crochet. Do this around. This is number 11. So I'm coming all the way around, and the very last corner here is going to be 2 half double crochets, and then just join to the first half double crochet with the half double crochet join. I'm running out of this color. I'm going to switch for the final row to a different color, and again, you can decide what works for you for colors. I'll be right back. So the very final row, this is number 12, and you're going to go right into a corner if you're changing colors. If you're not, just chain 3 for where you are. So I'm just going to join and chain 3. So the corners on this round will be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So we'll start off with 2 double crochet first. It's nice and easy. Just make sure that you watch the very first one. You chained 1, so this looks like it's an extra stitch. It's not. So just kind of see where it's going into the hole, these 2. Those are your first 2 stitches, and you were going to apply 1 double crochet into every stitch going all the way across. When you hit your corners, it'll be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and I need you to do this all the way around, and this is the final of the repeat of round number 12. So I'm coming around, and the last space will be 2 double crochet, and then you'll join it with a half double crochet join, unless you're changing color, of course. This was the end of the repeat. If your hook size matches to the yarn product itself, it will be sitting flat, so that's going to be great. And so for myself, I determined that the Bernat Blanket was a 10mm size, and it is in Nancy, and that's just kind of fun. So let's go back to the pattern. Let's talk about the repeating, because now the repeat is now finished. So back here in the diagram, you can see round number 13. That's just showing you that it's the same as round number 4. Okay, so you're back to the half double crochet on the back posts only. It's just like it shows in number 4. So we do that intentionally. So here in the pattern, when we have the Bernat Blanket version, you can see that you're going to repeat rounds number 4 to 12 2 more times, and then rounds number 4 through 11 once more time. Now I ended on an 11th round because I didn't want to add an additional ball. So there's already 8 balls of Bernat Blanket. It's already a generous size of 68 inches by 68. But if you wanted to finish a final round of the 12 here, you'll need an extra ball. And of course, if you want to make it bigger, you can always add more. I don't know how many more balls that you would need to hit a certain size though. So that's something that you'll have to play with on your own. I do have the stitch counts, so after we did the 12th round, which is where we are now, you can see that I mentally figured it all out for you. And this is the Bernat Blanket ends on the 11th round here. And I put my own notes here for your information, so that if somebody asks me in the future, what was the increase of the round? So if I was to do round number 31, but in the next repeat, it'd be 97 plus 28. Stitches to give you my next stitch counts. And so I'm going to leave that in your hands, so please don't email me and say, well, please figure out more rounds. You can do that on your own. Here's the math to do that. The baby blanket that you see in the article itself, when you went to go link over, only repeated twice more, just like you just like you see in the example. So if you wanted to make it even more, you can just continue to add rounds number 4 through 12 over and over and over. So I can make this as big or as small as I would like to go. So this is a study of Snow Blanket. It's designed by Anne and I, and we had a great fun doing this together, and I think it's going to be a really good day right here on the Crochet Crowd, and we hope to see your creativity again real soon. Bye-bye.